Hello, I am Theoharis. By day, I work on the toys and games team at Amazon. By night, I write cookbooks. I live in Seattle with my husband Alexander and my 15-month-old son Olivia Nevis. Say hi. Hi. So welcome to a day in my life. I have a couple of claims to fame. I am very fortunate where my husband, my friends, and I have gotten to do a lot of really cool creative projects together. So I have created a web series called Job Hunters, in which I play a character named Tiffany. I was in a lot of different viral videos that have gotten somewhere between 8 to 11 million views. I made that line of sprinkles. I created a blog called The Geeky Hostess, which has been running for over a decade and incorporated geeky parties and recipe ideas. Through that, I've had a lot of opportunities like hosting Dungeons and Dragons 24-hour live streams and making amazing cookbooks, which is what I do now. So I made the Minecrafters cookbook, which is a cookbook for kids, and then Break an Egg, a Broadway-themed cookbook, which was really just an amazing passion project for me. And I have the official Tomb Raider cookbook coming out at the end of October, and more projects in the works. Good morning! Leonidas is still asleep, so I'm going to take a little bit of time to catch up on emails, work on my book, or catch up on my day job. Ideally, I'd love to use this time to do a little bit of a workout, stretch, kind of center myself, but I need to create that routine. So tomorrow, we'll start that. And once Leonidas wakes up, I will get him ready for daycare. I just dropped Leonidas off at daycare. He goes there from around 8 to 5-ish on weekdays, and he absolutely loves it. First couple of weeks were really tough with the separation anxiety, but now that he is in the routine, he's absolutely thriving, has such a good time. And this daycare does really cool things. They bring in different vendors like science museums and petting zoos, so the kids can get a little bit of a different experience each week. So this week they have a dinosaur person coming in. I have no idea what that means. I'm really excited to see today's pictures. They'll post them in the app at around 1 o'clock. Now I'm gonna head back home to shower and put on some makeup and make myself look presentable before a day of meetings. So I'm stuck in some slow-moving traffic while running some errands, which seems like a great time to talk about the thing that we're saving up for. We are saving up to buy a house, something a little bit bigger, so Leonidas has space to play both inside and outside, and some space for us to be able to work from home when we need to work from home, and be close enough to our offices that we don't have to be stuck in the awful Seattle traffic when we're commuting. Unfortunately, the Seattle housing market is ridiculous right now, and when I pull up Redfin, there's literally nothing that shows up in the area that we want a house. Whenever something does show up, it gets snatched up in less than a week. So we've put in offers in a few places. We've been looking for almost 2 years at this point. It's so depressing. Every day our fingers are crossed that the right thing is going to pop up, and every day we save a little bit more money towards it so we can expand our budget. So fingers crossed that there becomes a little bit more supply in the housing market soon. My biggest day-to-day challenge is just dealing with all of the guilt and anxiety that comes with being a working mom. When I'm working, I feel bad that I'm not spending time with my son, even though I know that he's having a fantastic time at daycare. And when I'm thinking about my son, focusing with him, I'm worried that I'm not giving my all to work. And I have always been a very productive person. I've always given my all to everything I do. And it's really tough just knowing that my heart is being tugged in different directions. When I add writing and testing a cookbook to all of that, it's a lot. So if anyone has any recommendations, mantras I can say, anything that might be able to help me with some of that guilt and anxiety, I am all ears. I have given up on something before. I once did a Kickstarter and successfully created a line of sprinkles. You can see some of the sparkling sugars up here. We've we've got some fun little shapes like these lightning bolts right here. And it was a lot of fun, but a lot of work, and you needed to go through more bottles than I was able to for a product that isn't super shelf stable. And I found out that while it was a fantastic experience to get to know how to create and sell a product, my expertise is a little bit better on the content creation and marketing side. So I took my strengths and I started focusing on cookbook writing instead of product making. My personal music of choice lately has been Olivia Rodrigo, but most often I'm listening to stuff like this. I'm a nut, I'm a nut, I'm a nut, I'm a nut. I've never lived in another country, but if we were to move to another country, it would absolutely be Greece. My husband's father is from Greece, and we've had the privilege of going a couple times, one for our honeymoon and two for his sister's wedding. And my husband grew up going to Greece every summer, and that's something that we really hope that we can do with Theoharis a little bit later on once the world is no longer in a pandemic. So whether or not we actually live there, we definitely plan to be there a lot. Hey Alexander, what's for dinner tonight?
Tonight is creamy mushroom and kale white cheddar biscuit pie from a kid.
While I might be the cookbook author and the chef, home chef kits are a really easy way for us to be able to share the load of dinner and not have to focus as much on meal planning. Thank you for making dinner tonight. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Okay. So we split up tasks pretty much based off of who has the extra bandwidth and who needs the extra help. We have a couple things that we manage ourselves. I'm usually in charge of laundry and bathrooms. We usually handle floors, taking out garbage and recycling. But then things like kitchen, both the cleanup and cooking, putting Leonidas to bed or taking him to daycare, anything like that. It's just based off of who is able to help the other person a little bit more. We check in weekly on who's going to need a little bit of extra help that week and what our schedules look like, and that really helps us stay on task. Saturdays usually start pretty early for me and Leonidas. He's so excited to get up. He wakes up at like 5:30 or 6 in the morning. So I bring him right down in his pajamas and we hang out, we snuggle, we watch a little bit of Sesame Street and get our day started. Then I'll make a big breakfast for the whole family. We'll get ready for the day and visit one of the awesome parks we have nearby. But tomorrow we get to do something a little bit extra special. It is Leonidas' best friend Max's first birthday party, and I am tasked with making the eggless cupcakes for his party. So I'm making a classic funfetti with a raspberry jam filling and a vanilla buttercream frosting on top. And I'm really excited. It's gonna be a really fun time. I hear there's even a ball pit. So that's what we're doing tomorrow. Something I'm grateful for today is the ability to get to work from home. It means that I don't have to worry about a commute. I can just show up to work in my pajamas, and in between meetings, I can get a little laundry done. Good job! Okay, let's start the camera for this one. So this is exactly advice, but we've heard some parents say that with kids, the days are long, the years are short. And it sounds cliche, but it's absolutely true. And it reminds me that even if something feels really long and difficult, it's going to go by quickly. Nothing is permanent with kids. They're always moving on to different days. And it also reminds me to just cherish the moments that I do have with Leonidas, because he grows up so quickly. I mean, I feel like I still have a newborn, and he's already talking and reading his own books. So I'm going to take a moment and read him a bedtime story, give him a couple snuggles and kisses. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I had so much fun answering these questions. I hope to chat with you a little bit more. You can find me on any social platform at Theoharis. That's TARATHEOHARIS. You can also find me at taratheoharis.com or geekyhostess.com. My books are available anywhere books are sold. check out my Amazon author page, my Goodreads page. The Minecrafters Cookbook and Break an Egg, the Broadway Cookbook, are both out now, and the Tomb Raider Cookbook comes out at the end of October. So make sure you check those out. And in the meantime, I'm gonna finish this glass of wine, relax for a little bit, and get myself mentally and physically prepared for another early morning and a bunch of Sesame Street. Have a good night.